All right, we're live. Welcome to the hot seat, everybody. Your Thursday night viewing party and get down that everybody looks forward to. I'm excited. I'm glad to be here. I know Kent's always glad to be here. I believe he's already started drinking, as he should, as a good employee should. So, all right, guys. Let's see here. Today's guest, we have Erik from Smo'King BBQ's tips and recipes. So I'm excited to be finally talking to Erik. You know, we've had him booked for a long time, so it's good times, good times. All right, Kent, say hi to the people.
Good evening, everybody. Let's have a little fun with Erik tonight. Make sure you post some questions at Daddy Dutch Barbecue so I can pepper him with them hard-hitting questions everybody comes up with.
All right. Do we have a super shot price tonight?
Oh, I don't know. Since I got to take them for the team, let's go flat rate, 20 bones.
$20 super shots. And as Kent just said, he is taking it for the team. Unfortunately, this will be the first, but I am not drinking on this hot seat. I have surgery scheduled for tomorrow morning very, very early. So I am not going to be getting any kind of booze in me tonight. I actually have water straight up. So we'll see if I can still continue in my jovial self without the added medicinal bonus. I see. Kent, you owe another shot from last week, according to Hobo. All right, Mega Fred, stick around. We'll ask your question first, okay?
Hold on, one thing.
What's that?
Fuck Hobo.
Fuck Hobo. Nice. All right, cool. Shout out my moderators in there. We got Hobo. We got Dan from SmokeyGoodness. Keith Bettag's always keeping score. Thank you, sir. Good luck. Appreciate it. Saw Josh and Babe in there too. Meat Cranium's in there. Surgery excuse is bullshit. I'll take twice as many next week. I won't take twice as many next week.
Why did you say that?
Yeah, right. I think that's all I've seen as far as the moderators in the chat, but as they come in, I'll shout them out. Oh, Easy Bake. There you go, brother. If you guys want to subscribe to our guest, our co-host, myself, any of our moderators, make sure you hit show more on the description. All of our links are in there. Easy Bake, Jason will be putting links in there throughout the day, and we'll get going from there. Let's see here. Shout out my chat. I see Jacqueline and Dad in there. Griddling Grandpa, how you doing? Carol Rogers, Curl. That's the odd way of spelling that. Firewater Cooking's in there. Frack Daddy Barbecue. Jared, new to my channel, so welcome. But Kent said great things about you. Suburban Barbecue, Jim's in the house. Jim EQ, Darren Firewater Cooking. Mega Fred, as I said, son of a pizza man, Enzo's in the house. Ray Guy, Thomas from Michigan, Shane, never trust a skinny chef. Joe's Smokehouse and Barbecue. Miss Booger, one of our moderators, show up in the house. Tommy the Gallery Backyard Barbecue, which we just ate to hot seat in the future. So Tommy, we're looking forward to talking to you. Just ate. What's for dinner's in there? Let's see here. Anybody else? All right. Let's say hi to our John from 1984 Barbecue. How you doing, John? Let's say hi to our guest, everybody. Say hi to Erik. Erik, say hi to the people.
Hey, guys. I really appreciate you checking out the hot seat with me tonight. Thanks for coming by. I appreciate it.
Cheers. So let's ask real quick, what's in your glass?
Right here, I just have a beer. I went to a local brewery in my town called Bootleggers Brewery. They had one in Fullerton. They just opened one up in Costa Mesa. And I went there today when they opened up. And, yeah, cool little place. It's just a little sampling area. You can see the big brew machines in the back. I picked up a couple 4-packs. This is a Belgium beer. But I also got a triple IPA I'm going to try out later.
Right on. Where at in Fullerton?
I don't know exactly where in Fullerton. I never been there. I worked in Fullerton, but I never been to the brewery. I just was aware of them because they sell their beers at the local market, Stater Brothers and Albertsons. And so I was aware of their existence. And then when I heard that they opened up, I'm on their Facebook page, they opened one up here down the street, and I went there for the first time today. It looks like a fun place to go because they've got all kinds of seasonal stuff you can sample.
Right on, right on. It actually, you saying that reminded me that you're an Orange County boy just like myself. You know, we've talked about it. I grew up in Garden Grove, pretty close to Costa Mesa. Fullerton's the old hangout. My son is going to Cal State Fullerton, so we just found that out last week, so we're excited for him. So, very cool. All right, I'm trying to see if anybody else jumped in the chat. I saw my Backyard Life and Smoking Joe's Pit BBQ's in there. What were you going to say, Kent?
Did you see Lep showed up?
No. All right. Leprechaun, How you doing, brother? Our Black Stoner, our resident Black Stoner in the house. Welcome. All right. So since Mega Fred says he needs to jump off early, we're going to go ahead and ask his lifetime question first. What kind of music do you enjoy? Do you play any instruments? Any particular bands you follow? Anything like that?
I'm a classic rock and roll guy. Some of my favorite bands: Pink Floyd, Led Zeppelin, Rolling Stones, Black Sabbath. I also like a lot of the kind of cheesy 80s stuff too, kind of everything from the poppy to the hair metal stuff. It's all good, and some 90s as well, but mainly the classic rock and roll stuff, no matter what it is.
Right on. I know that'll appeal to a lot of our people in our chat. I'm seeing some yes, and I'm seeing some, rock ons.
Mega Fred's probably happy.
Mega Fred's dropping the rock ons.
Rock on.
All right, cool. So I know we just talked about, where you're from, but where are you from? Are you always been in Orange County?
No. I came to California in '87. I'm aging myself now, but was born in Chicago, Illinois, and grew up in the northwest suburbs, and went to school, college in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan above Wisconsin. Most people don't know there's a separate Michigan up there on the shores of Lake Superior. And I came out here in '87 right after college, kind of to help my mom and sister move out here. They bought a place in Huntington Beach, and I had no intention of staying here. I was just helping out. I was told I could have a place to crash for the whole summer. Me and my college roommate, and professional movers were so expensive. So my mom rented a truck, and she said, I can't drive this. I said, well, me and my buddy will. And she said, cool, you can crash all summer and, hang out in California. We thought, hey, we've never been there. Let's go. And one thing led to another. I ran out of money. I got a job, and, my plans to go back kind of faded away. My dad still lives in Chicago, so I get back occasionally, but yeah, I've been out here since '87. So,
it's funny. You say you've been out here for obviously quite a while, but I can still hear that Midwest twinge in there a little bit.
Yeah, a lot of people can hear it. I can hear it sometimes too. Sometimes my wife makes fun of me. She'll repeat something. $1. It only costs $5, and I hear it too. But I also lived for 3 years up in the UP, and if you get used to that really thick northern accent, yeah, I kind of like listening to that too, because I miss that. And I guess I picked a little bit of it up, but I've been so far removed now. I think it's faded away, most of it, hopefully.
That's awesome. All right, cool. All right, well, speaking of your wife, let's talk about your family life. Oh, sorry, go ahead, Kent.
Josh, quit doing Booger's job, damn it.
See, this is what happens when you give somebody the blue wrench. They can just jump in there and take over. Yeah,
I know. Booger's just going to sit back and get drunk now because Josh thinks he has to do the job of Booger.
Right on. All right, cool. So anyway, wife, kids, dog, cats, ferrets, anything like that?
Yeah, married to my wife, Monica. She's in a lot of my videos. We celebrated our 15-year wedding anniversary in February. So 15 years, we got 2 kids, my son Kyle, who's 11, and my daughter Ava Grace, who's going to be 8 in September.
Right on. Now, it's always been, tradition if you want to bring on your wife on or the kids or anything, they're more than welcome to come on and join you if you'd like.
Yeah, they might come crashing through this door later on.
All right, cool.
We'll see. You have to deal with that when you have a family. You know, I'm trying to film a video. Sure. Just keep it down, and they come running through the room. You know, it happens.
Trust me, you're preaching to the choir right there, especially with our household. And I know Kent's the same way. He's got party crashers in there all the time. Let's see here, Eva Mueller. Your daughter?
That's my mom.
Your mom. All right, welcome, welcome, mom. That's so cool. See, I'm telling you, I like it when the guests do the promo videos because that's why we get mom and cousins and aunts and uncles and best friends from 40 years ago. I just think it's awesome when we get them in there. So, although it did backfire when we had Mad Horse Barbecue, Brian, because Tom Horsman's his dad and Mama Horsman was in there too, and Hobo had to behave, so he did not like that one.
There was no swearing with Mama Horseman in the house.
Not at all. Hey, Darren Firewater Cooking dropped the first super chat for 20 bucks.
He's a penny short. Darn the luck.
Cheers. I'm going to drink my water.
Hey, cheers, Darren. Thanks for stopping by.
All right. Very cool. Let's get it started. What is your real job besides YouTube extraordinaire?
Last 20 years, I've been working in the motorcycle business, specifically for Harley Davidson. But I just recently departed there and just started up for Indian Motorcycle, another American brand that I'm kind of really excited about. I'm feeling it's right on the verge of taking off. I see Kent's getting excited. They probably have the factory close to where he lives.
Actually, Indian parts of it was produced up in Spirit Lake, which is about an hour and 10 minutes from me.
Yeah, I know they got their main factory somewhere in Iowa. I'm not quite sure what the city is, but yeah, I'm real excited. I started off as a salesperson in '96 for Los Angeles Harley, and I worked off and on for that company for 15 years. But then I also went down to Orange County Harley, and I had a few jobs in between. But I've always gone back because it's what I love. Right now, I'm the finance and insurance manager for the Indian dealership here in Orange County, California. And they don't have one in LA County. So we kind of handle a very large area. So I'm really excited because I think it's just about ready to explode.
Dude, that's very cool. Now, is it kind of like, someone going from the Red Sox to the Yankees? Like going to the hated people. I don't know enough about motorcycles to make a guess on that one.
I'm always going to be a fan of Harley Davidson. They're a part of me. I mean, I've ridden a Harley from California to Sturgis, through San Francisco, across the Golden Gate Bridge, all the way down Highway 1. So, I mean, Harley's a part of me. But the company itself has been going through some transitions. They've been suffering a little bit. They've been having to for like the last 20 years, they've been sitting on their butt and the money's just been pouring in. So they haven't been very, they haven't been on top of their game, I guess is the best way to put it. And then here, Polaris is the bigger motor company that bought the Indian name, and they've relaunched Indian. It's been tried to be relaunched a few times before, but this company is as big revenue-wise as Harley, and they're really trying to blend the history of the company because the Indian name is still a very well-known name in the United States and in the world for motorcycles. But the real company went out of business in 1953, and now they've relaunched it, and they're really trying to mix the modern technology with the heritage of what the bike used to be, and I think they're really nailing it. They're some of their products in a lot of ways are much superior to Harley. But you know what? It's a good thing. It's a good thing for Harley because Harley's really stepped up their game in the last few model years because of Indian. And Indian is kind of, the competition is good. They're both making a better product because Indian's entered the market.
Right on. Someone asked if we could do an Indian motorcycle giveaway on this today. Would you like to sponsor a giveaway?
I'll have to call one of the big bosses there in Iowa, see if they be willing to donate one.
Okay. All right. Let's see here. I see Mega Fred's got to step out. Take care, Mega Fred. Thanks for stopping by. Let's see here. I want to shout out a couple more people that jumped in the chat. Got Stephanie, Big Rob D's in the house. Pickles Barbecue's in the house. Good Eats with the Noob. Mel from Mel Simple Meals. Eastwood Farms. Billy from Strong's Adventures. And Chef Johnny from Texas Style Barbecue and Cuisines in the house. Welcome, Chef Johnny. Appreciate you being here for sure. If I've missed you on the shout-outs, I'll catch you on the next go-around for sure. All right, so those are kind of my first get your feet wet questions. So let's send it over to Kent. I'm sure he's got a couple in there, and we'll come back and we'll chat some more.
All right. You ready for this, Erik? The first one's from Darren.
Well, Darren, he's going to ask me, is it better to smoke before or after sous vide?
All right. Actually, what he wants to know, does your family enjoy participating in your videos with you?
For the most part, I think they do. Sometimes, for whatever reason, I don't look right. This and that. Do I really have to? But then once they're in it and they watch the video, especially a couple months later, they kind of remember, it was kind of fun. And yeah, for the most part, they do. But, you get sometimes they're just in a bad mood, or, my son's like, I'm not sure I'm going to like that. I don't want him to try it on camera and spit it out or something. So I say, if you don't want to do it. So yeah, he appears in most of my videos. Same thing with my wife, but it's kind of hit or miss depending. Sometimes I do the videos when I leave so I can have peace and quiet. And then, of course, I'm just solo. But, yeah, for the most part, I'm trying to get them involved as a family. I think my viewers kind of like that because it's more of a human touch. Obviously, one guy with one camera and a tripod, I don't have the Hollywood production value as some of these bigger guys. I'm just doing it kind of for fun. So if I can add the family personal element, I think it just helps, even though I might not be the best cook in the world, people like to watch it because they can relate.
I agree. I had my son when we did a chicken bacon ranch pizza on UDS. And, yeah, now he's begging to be in. Dad, when are we going to do another one? Dad, when are we going to do another one? So I'm just holding out till the weather gets a little nicer up here in the Midwest, So, okay. Pickles Barbecue is the one who asked if there'd be a Indian giveaway tonight. And Jimmy Q said it doesn't matter. Piff would win it anyway. So good old Bill and Lauren. But Jimmy Q also asked, can you get him a deal on an Indian if he's looking to buy one?
Oh, I'm sure I can get you a pretty good deal. I'm not really into sales anymore, but I got connections with the owner.
He's like, I know a guy who knows a guy. Don't worry about it.
Jim, for the right price, I can head up Highway 60 and cut over on Highway 9, which is where the Polaris factory is at in Spirit Lake that makes the Indian. For the right price and a good bolt cutter, I might be able to find you one real cheap. So. All right. Never trust a skinny chef, Shane. How many different root beers has your son had to date, Erik?
Oh, I don't know. Quite a few. I can't remember. It's maybe a year ago, maybe a year and a half ago. Someone left a comment on one of my videos about my son. He goes, man, I love your beer reviews, but why don't you get your son involved, have him try root beer? And I'm like, wow, that's a great idea. And so I asked him, and he, of course, was crazy about the idea. So, yeah, we have to go to different outlets, Cost Plus. We got to go to, like, the German deli over here in Huntington Beach. I got to keeping my eyes open for new stuff because we've gone through, the A&W and the Dads and now my last video that I'll be dropping on Saturday, I actually found a German cola. It's like an orange lemon lime cola from Germany that I never heard of, but my son really liked it. It was interesting. So yeah, I like to get him involved. He kind of, likes to stand there and sample it and smell it and kind of check it out and go, smells kind of, sweet or whatever, and drink it. And I think he's beginning to appreciate the flavors and stuff of the different root beers. hopefully one day he might enjoy a good beer like his dad down the line.
There you go. I'll have to see if I can get you. They make one about 30 miles from here in Sioux City, Iowa. I'll see if I can get a bottle out to you sometime. So, all right. Cooking with Cad wants to know, how long has your channel been up, Erik?
Hey, hold on.
Hey, no.
You know that's a question.
No, I don't. I don't listen to you. What are you talking about?
I've sent you the paperwork. You don't read the memo?
Am I required to by law?
Mm-hmm.
You're
required to
drink alcohol during Super Shot, so I don't want to hear your crap tonight.
All right, go ahead. Sorry.
All right, what was the question? Oh, how long my channel's up? I think I started my channel in 2013, but it was, I don't even know why I started. I had a couple computer gameplay videos. I was in a gaming clan, and I think I just wanted to put a YouTube video. I recorded a couple really cool, I don't know what even get, Company Heroes or Battlefield or something, and I just wanted to like upload a 1 or 2 minute clip. So I think if you look at my channel, the first 4 or 5 videos are just cheesy gameplay videos. And then it kind of sat dormant for a couple of years. And then my wife bought me my very first smoker at Sam's Club. And I didn't know anything about it. I started watching some YouTube videos. And I thought, okay, I'm going to try smoked salmon. That was my very first video. And it was like, you know, I watched a lot of other videos. I looked at a lot of recipes, and I kind of made my own recipe. And I thought, you know, I'm just going to record this, because when I was searching for it, there wasn't a lot of good videos out there. And today, up to today, that's still one of my best watched videos. It's still getting so many hits. And it's weird because people always say, don't look at my old videos. They're real embarrassing and stuff. And my newer videos, I've gotten much better. The production quality more smooth. But some of my, like in my top 5 best watched, most revenue generating videos, I think 3 of them in my top 5 are within my first 5 videos I've made. So I wish I could have been able to continue that trend, because now I get sometimes you put a video out, you think it's really good, it gets 400 or 500 views, and then it dies off, and then these videos just consistently. So, I mean, I don't know. What can you say? But it's been up seriously since I did that video, maybe 2.5 years, I think. Approaching 3 years, somewhere in that time frame. Wow, that is quite amazing. Concern, like you said, everybody's like, yeah, don't watch my first ones. Don't do it. So
I'm asking that question. Just throwing it out there.
Smoking Mary's Rack Barbecue
dropped to $29, all the way from 29 Palms.
Yeah. $29, 29 Palms. Cheers. Thanks for watching.
Cheers,
thanks,
brother.
Mike.
Dig it, baby.
All right. I got a couple to catch up on, so you're up there, water boy.
Right, cool. I find this easier to keep track of what's going on, not being like 4 shots deep by the first question.
It's got a drink, for Christ's sakes.
Say that again?
Oh, sorry.
Nice.
Yeah, Smoking Joe's Pit Barbecue said, "Don't piss him off, Ken. His gallbladder might explode."
Dude, we're down close today, man. I'm definitely feeling it. I gotta tell you, Erik, you rate high, man, because I am playing through the pain right now. There was a couple. I almost called in sick and had our HR manager handle things. Oh man.
No, sorry to hear that.
That's all right. We'll get I'm getting my hat surgically removed. Nice. I'm at least bigger than a field mouse, Jim. Let's see here. Baby Bag Maniac jumped in. How you doing, brother?
Do you feel like you're sick, like you got a cold or stomach problem?
No, I'm having I have gallstones, so I'm gonna have having my gallbladder removed tomorrow morning.
Oh, geez.
So that's why I'm not drinking right now.
Oh, well, obviously not.
Yeah. So,
but of course, you had to pick the time I'm coming on to have the operation. Really?
Yeah, hey, it's all right. I'm down to play through the pain, and is what it is. All right. So, how long have you had your channel? Oh wait, we just went over that because that's one of my questions. Sure.
Yeah, seriously, 2.5, 3 years. For those.
All right, cool. Saw a couple more people jump in there. Yankee Living. I guess his name is Brad. Welcome. Obviously, I just said Baby Back Maniac. Justin, how you doing, brother? Louis Calamides is in there. Bottle Cap Barbecue. Jim Littler's in there. Welcome, everybody. Thank you guys for being here for sure. Keith Bettag still keeping score. We have 49 people watching. And he's sober. Yep. All right. So let's talk about how you came up with your channel name, because it's, abbreviated differently. And where'd you come up with that?
All right. When I originally started the channel, it was just my name, Erik Mueller. And for my first, even through my first probably 10, 15, maybe 20 videos, that was my name. A friend of mine from South Africa that I met, we used to play computer games online. And really nice guy, really successful guy, has his own plane, has his own business. He has an advertising business, and he watched my videos, and he actually approached me and said, hey, man, you need like a different name. You can't just have your name. You got to do something barbecue smoking. You need a logo. I'm like, I don't know anything about that. I'm just making the videos. I'm having fun. And he says, well, let me make you one. And my current logo with the pig, with the Smo'King, and he came up with the Smo'King. At first, I didn't like it. He's like, yeah, Smo'King, but it'll be Smo and then King. So you're like the king of Smo, And I'm like, yeah, I don't know. And after like a week, I'm like, and I looked at the logo again, and I said, you know what? It is kind of, in a weird way, I like it. So, and I really like the logo, and he made it for me free of charge, and he's been very supportive. And yeah, I just changed it at that point. I wish now, looking back at it, I would have put my name in it. Erik Smoking Barbecue Tips and Recipes. Because most people who see Smoking Barbecue Tips and Recipe, like if you have a guest on a hot seat and I chat and they look at it and they don't relate that name to me. So hopefully this hot seat will change that. When they see the Smoking, they'll say, oh yeah, that's Erik. Because that's the only thing I would have done different. But as far as the logo, I love it. I think it's a great logo, and it's just kind of, I kind of fell upon it because one of my friends decided to make it for me.
All right. Very cool. That is definitely a good reason right there. See, Jack Payne jumped in there. How you doing, Jack? Good to see you. I'm not going to repeat that he said. All right. Earthquake.
That was me, the chair banging in the desk.
Okay. Hey, man, it's California. You never know. It's earthquake.
Yeah, no earthquake.
I'm like, it hit you first? It must be on its way.
Exactly. We're close enough.
All right. Well, obviously, we kind of talked, it's one of my questions, but we talked about how long you've had the channel. What really kind of got you going in it? I can see Kent just making faces over there.
Oh, no, like off it.
Like I already mentioned, I originally wanted to do the video on salmon because when I looked for it, and I mean, my wife bought me the smoker, and I'm like, thanks. I don't know anything about smoking. I didn't know whether, like, what she wants me to cook for her now. And she's like, oh, you got to make smoked salmon. You got to make smoked salmon. I'm like, oh, okay. So I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing. I looked at some YouTube videos. I looked at some recipes. I looked in some cookbooks, and I got the basic idea. I put a recipe together, and I'm going, man, there must be other guys like me who all of a sudden have a smoker in front of them, and the wife's going, can you make some smoked salmon? And so I'm like, I'm going to make a video. And then after it started getting some hits, I thought, well, maybe I'll make another video. And then I had a very dear friend I worked with for 15 years. He was my boss at LA Harley, Alan Frank. He's exactly 10 years older than me. Great guy, and here I am out drinking. I'm eating, cheeseburgers for lunch and French fries. And he's going to the gym and he's eating the salads. And then all of a sudden, mysteriously, around 3 years ago, he dies of a massive heart attack. And that really had a real effect on me. And I thought, you know what? I want to do these videos just because there's video record of me. And especially if I can include my family and my mom, my wife, my kids. And I'm thinking, you know what? Maybe 20, 30, 50, 60, 100 years from now, when I'm long gone and maybe they're long gone, I wish I could look back and they had the technologies back where I could look at my great-great-grandparents and say, wow, that's you know, that was my great-great-grandfather, and look at what he was doing. And maybe that's why I enjoy doing the same thing. So it kind of became a passion of what I like to do, and also making a video record in a weird way, kind of for a family history, because I didn't want to be forgotten if something happened to me down the line, because you realize as you get older, life is short and you never know when your time's up. So you better appreciate it while you're here. And yeah, you know, try to get some lot of pictures. I mean, you know, if you have kids, you know, I always tell people, new parents, take a lot of pictures, because one day you'll look and you'll see they're 12, 15 years old, and you're going, what the hell? What happened? Where'd the time go?
Oh, it's true, man. Very true. All right. Well, you know, I had to work my own questions in there. We just word them a little differently. So, because Kent, do not ask the Mount Rushmore question. And next time Bottle Cap Barbecue speaks up, feel free to put them on timeout. Any of the moderators.
I can go back and do that right now if you want me to.
Do it. Get them out of here. All right. So obviously it seems like you've been doing it for a while. Your feet are definitely wet in it. But if someone was a new YouTuber, came up to you for advice, what would you tell them the very first thing to do? You know,
the first thing I'd ask them is what do they want to do it for? And if they're trying to become a millionaire, I'll just say good luck. Because you know what? It's not what it's really about. I mean, yeah, they are people. And, you know, my son, he showed me this guy, Pew Pew Die. I guess the guy is like one of the biggest YouTubers ever. He's like got like, I don't know, 50 million subscribers, and every video he puts out, this guy's making like, I think, millions of dollars on it. And you watch some of his videos, yeah, you know, they're creative, but you kind of think, really?
Yeah, I'm with you. I watched.
Oh, you know, sometimes magic in a bottle, it happens, and people make a lot of money quick. But, you know, again, that's not what I'm in for. It should be something, if you can make money, hey, that's a great side aspect of it, but that shouldn't be your main motivation. You should be doing it for other reasons, because you really enjoy it. You enjoy connecting with people. You enjoy sharing your recipes, your knowledge. You know, that's what it's all about. If I can make a couple $100 a month as a side note, doing something I love, hey, then I'm happy. I mean, how can you complain about that?
Yeah, definitely. I'm with you 100%. So that's very cool. All right. So after they tell you that they just want to make a couple $100 a month, what's your first advice to get them started?
Be yourself. Don't try to become something you're not. Don't watch other successful channels and say, oh, I got to try to copy this or duplicate that. Just do your own thing. And you know what? People, like in real life, they're going to like you because of your personality. And you might do the same recipe as 10 other people. Or in the barbecue world, are you kidding me? You know, if I'm going to make a smoked pork butt, how many videos are on YouTube? There's probably, hundreds. So why would someone watch mine over someone else's? Maybe because they like me. They see the way I interact with my son. Maybe they want to see my beer review. You know what? It's an aspect of all that. You just got to be yourself, and hopefully doing your own thing is going to attract an audience that'll continue to grow as you get better and more refined. And yeah, don't try to become something you're not. Don't try to overthink it. Just do it the best way you want to do it. And you know what? If you have the talent, you have the skill, you'll be successful.
All right, definitely. Very cool. All right. That is actually, one of the better answers we've gotten through this. So very cool. I see that we have Monica jumped in there. Dan's outdoor barbecue or outdoor cooking. Sorry. Garage griller and was blind, and the Godfather himself, T-Roy Cooks. Oh. Welcome, brother. How you doing? Good to see you, brother. I'm glad Justin texted you to remind you. Let's see here. Everybody's just saying hi in the chat. All right, cool. I saw something about fedoras. And Hobo, him saying just be yourself. Maybe not everybody should take that advice. Let's see here. All right, cool. All right. Let's see here. What do you film with?
Right now, I got a pretty inexpensive Sony camcorder, high definition. I picked up, I think, for like $270 a couple years ago at Sam's Club. I started off with my Windows phone when I first started. And my first few videos are basically just recording right off my desktop. So I've had quite a few different things. I definitely need to upgrade my camera. I definitely need to get better lighting, you know. But you can do some pretty decent videos with the, you know, even just your phone. If you got a pretty modern phone, I mean, don't, you know, yeah, obviously, you know, you're going to do a better shot with a $1,200 camera that's designed for making videos and you got the lighting and stuff. But again, if your style and personality is shining through, people will look at a lower, you know, a lower quality video because they like the content. So don't necessarily think you need to start with, you know, the best equipment ever. Because I certainly don't have that. I got a couple $100 worth of stuff here, and you know what? I definitely need to upgrade. But it's like, you know what? I'll do it down the line. I still haven't gotten a new camera, but I'll probably get a new camera within the next year or so, and some better lighting and a microphone. You know, like I said, I'm just having fun doing it, and I think the quality is pretty decent, and so, you know, I'll just continue to do that until I need to step up my game again as the technology gets a little bit better and stuff. Prices start coming down a little bit.
I'm with you, man. You know, I'm sure you heard it, man, but my camera don't work. I've been using my iPhone and been turning out fine videos. Kent is getting lippy over there. I can tell it. Without even saying a word, I can tell he's getting lippy over there.
Yeah, we haven't heard from Kent in a while. What's going on, Kent?
I'm going to send it back to him after my next question because he's clearly having a good time over there.
I'm on break.
He's on his Union 15. All right. So what cookers do you have out in bag? What do you like using the most? What's your favorite? Tell us about them.
Oh, yeah, the internal fight with the wife. What do you mean you want to get another cooker? They got 4 of them out there. It's like, yeah, but you don't understand. No, the very first one, the one I've had forever is just a regular Weber gas grill. It's a nice one, but, you know, I just, you know, you throw burgers and dogs on it. Never too excited about it. The first smoker that started my channel, my very first video with the smoking salmon, was a Smoke Hollow cabinet style propane gas smoker my wife bought at Sam's Club, I think for $279. That was the one that started it all. It's got 2 trays. You put the wood chips in it. I still love that smoker. I still have it. And for certain things, if I want to smoke like 10 pork butts, that thing could handle it. So I'll do that. But then the next thing I got was my pit barrel cooker. And you know what? For a $299 delivered thing, I got a whole separate sub channel of my channel of just pit barrel cooker recipes, and I really love that pit barrel cooker. I've really tried just about everything you can imagine, so I got that as well. Then I just got a regular kettle grill. It's not the Weber, it's a Members Mark Sam's Club that I got for $99, but you know what, it's pretty much the same thing. And yeah, I'd like to lately, I've been thinking, I'm trying to convince the wife I want to get one of those Blackstone style griddles. One of our favorite restaurants is Benihana, and I want to get one of these flat things because my mom just reminded me it was my birthday, or her birthday. We went last month to Benihana. They still got the best deal, $30 off a meal on your birthday if you join their club. Best deal for birthdays ever for a restaurant. But yeah, I went there. She's like, oh, I remember when I took you when you were 12 years old. You always said, oh man, I wish I had one of these tables in my house, and you'd want to cook shrimp and stuff like that. I said, yeah, you're right. I forgot about that. I really should get one. Try to cook that shrimp and the steak and the, you know, breakfast or whatever. But you know, trying to convince my wife is another thing. You need another cooker. And, you know, I've seen these gravity-fed smokers with the charcoal that look really cool. I don't have a pellet smoker, and I got mixed feelings about pellet smokers because, you know, I know a lot of people don't consider them, you know, real authentic barbecue. But, you know, you got to look at what the general population uses and what they'll watch your videos for. I wouldn't even mind a primitive stick burner. You know, I mean, I would like to expand and try different stuff. But yeah, my only smokers now, a gas propane smoker, my Smoke Hollow cabinet style smoker, my pit barrel, and my kettle grill. That's it.
Yeah, I'm with you on that pit barrel for sure. I love using it. I know there's a lot of people in the chat love using it too. The Blackstone, I would suggest getting it because I just used it this afternoon for lunch. Man. Kent loves his. You'll see a bunch of Blackstoners in the chat. But Kent also loves his Camp Chef too. So, you know, he goes both ways.
Whoa, wait a minute. Two totally different cooking devices.
Oh, okay.
One 2-burner like a stove, the other one's a griddle.
I stand corrected.
Well, maybe you should watch one of my videos once in a while.
I watch all your videos.
Yeah, whatever.
Totally. Your biggest supporter. Literally.
No, that'd be Josh.
Oh, yeah. All right. Fair enough. All right. Cool. All right. Well, that is my last question before we send it back over to Kent. So, Mr. Daddy Dutch BBQ, will you continue with your questions?
Oh, I would love to, Mr. Cooking with CJ Volkman. All right. Hey, one quick thing, guys. I've seen a couple questions in the chat asked a few times. Wait till I get up here, guys. I got a list of about 8 right now, and I will let you know if well, you'll let me know after the round of questions if I missed yours. Then put it back in the chat for me, okay? Trying to watch every line's a little difficult. So, all right, we got a list for you this time, Erik. You ready to go?
Let's bring it on.
Smoking Joe's Pit BBQ. God damn it, Shane, you asshole. That's what happens, Erik, when you watch the chat. You were just talking about your cookers, your smokers, and everything. So if money is no object, what kind of smoker are you getting? Or cooker, whatever.
Yeah, like I said, I've the latest one I've seen that's completely out of my price range. I saw this one that Malcolm Reed got. I don't even know what it is. Real wood. It's like gigantic. Looks like you need like a separate truck to
like a jumbo or something like that.
And then I've seen these cabinet style, like heavy duty insulated, gravity fed charcoal smokers. They got a chute on the side. You put the charcoal in, you light it on the bottom. And those are like $4,000, $5,000, $8,000. I mean, I'm looking at them, I'm like, oh man, I wish I had, because I mean, these are the type of things that you got one, you could actually open your own restaurant. It's like, okay, you know what? I got this thing in the back. I'll fire it up. I'll load some ribs, pork shoulder, chickens, whatever you want. So yeah, I'd love that stuff. If money was no object, I don't know the brand names, but yeah, I would like to probably get one of the higher end gravity fed charcoal smokers, one of the bigger offsets. You know, you've seen these gigantic things that people hauled all these competition barbecues that are just crazy. I definitely enjoy cooking with charcoal over, you know, the propane gas, my first smoker, and I would love to get a stick burner because I've never really cooked with wood. I mean, other than throwing wood chunks in my pit barrel basket or in my kettle grill, but that doesn't really count. But yeah, if you actually had it with a wood burning, you know, something with that, I would love it. I just don't know the brand names and stuff because I haven't really explored it, just because it's kind of a wasted exercise at this point. I can't afford any of it.
Well, I think what Malcolm Reed got is the Jambo Pit from Texas, and then I think Smokey Joe, if you want an $8,000 pit, he's got an El Rey that he could work out a deal with you on. So,
yeah, all right, sounds good.
Let's see God damn it, what's his pit's name again?
I just don't know how I'd ever convince my wife on that. Even if an $8,000 deal with a 10% or 90% off, I still had to convince her.
Well, you know what? Here's something my boss said years ago. God rest his soul. Erik, it's easier to ask forgiveness than it is permission.
No, I'm in the motorcycle business. I've said that quote many times before.
Yeah. Oh, Veronica. There you go. There you go. His pet's name's Veronica. She's a hot black bitch, I'll tell you that. Oh, it is. It's a beautiful, beautiful pit. So, Jared from Frack Daddy wants to know, have you ever sous vide Texas-style beef ribs?
You know what? Beef ribs is still something on my list, not only to sous vide, but also just to smoke outright. And the reason is my local markets don't carry it. Even when I go to Sam's Club, Costco, they have the beef ribs, the short ribs, but they slice them vertically, so they're in slices. They don't have the full slabs. But I have a couple specialty butcher shops. One's in Newport Beach and one's in Huntington Beach, and they're higher end, and I'm going to have to pay top dollar, but it's on my radar. I'm planning on getting some big, the dinosaur style beef ribs. I like to smoke some on my pit barrel, and then I'd also like to sous vide some and then finish them off smoking them, either on the kettle grill or whatever. But yeah, that's on my radar. Typically, when I've tried beef ribs in the past, I've never been a fan. Just because the only thing I can compare them to is pork ribs, and I love pork ribs, baby back ribs, spare ribs. I mean, it's one of my favorite things to eat, and it's one of the easiest things to cook. So, I haven't really explored the beef ribs, but I know if you cook them right, and I'm thinking with sous vide, you can probably get them to the texture, because a few times I have tried them, they've been tough. They haven't tasted really well, so that's why I haven't really gone down that route yet. But you know what? I'm at the point now where I'm running out of recipe ideas, and I'm thinking, you know what? Let's bring it on. Let's go get some big dinosaur beef ribs, and let me try to do my own spin on them, whether it's sous vide or combination of smoking, barbecue, whatever, and see what happens. Because I'm sure if you cook it the right way, they're delicious. But I've never experienced that myself so far in my lifetime.
I tell you what, I just picked up some beef short ribs at the store yesterday. $5.99 a pound. I can't go too wrong with that. So
are they sliced in the strips, like the thin strips?
No, this is 4 bones wide. It was 7 pounds.
Okay, see, I can't get them that way. I've never seen them anywhere at any store.
I've never seen them that way in a grocery store here in Southern California, Eric. I've looked at I've never seen them that way, like the 4 bones, across in any supermarkets around here.
Yeah, see,
I've seen like individual short ribs, the ones that I've cooked on my channel, but I've never seen like the full on things.
Yeah, see, that's the problem. Is like when I go to Costco or Sam's Club, they have the short ribs and they're sliced thin, kind of horizontally across the bones.
Yeah.
And they're really good. I've made a recipe. I copied Malcolm Reeves' recipe. I gave him credit. They're like Korean marinated short ribs. And I smoked them on the pit barrel. They were delicious, but I still want to make them off the bone, like a regular rib, but I can't find it. So I'm sure if I go to one of this, there's one place called, the Butchery. It's down in Newport Beach, Costa Mesa, off of Newport Boulevard. And, what's that place in Huntington Beach? There's a high-end butcher shop off of Warner. I can't remember the name, but I think I could find it there too. It's just, you got to pay top dollar. It's like I got to go in there and be able to drop $100 to get a decent, because in California, we can get the tri-tip all day long. You see these other videos, these people in Illinois or, other parts of the country, like tri-tip, what's that? I can't get it. And over here where we live here, we can get tri-tip, $3.99 a pound on sale. It's right there. So I guess it just matters where you live.
Down our throats down here. It's funny you were saying all those street names. It just brought back a flood of memories of growing up. I was insane. I went to Golden West College out there, so all the streets right around there in Huntington Beach, and anyway, brought back some good memories. Ken, let me shout out a couple of people before you get going some more. We got Tom Horseman's in the chat. Brother James is in the chat from Inman Claymon. Ken Rogers left, but welcome. Big Lou just stopped in to say hi, straight from his chess club. And and Josh and Babe are being disgusting in the chat. All right, Ken, go ahead, buddy.
Thank you, kind sir. Okay. Cooking with Cad wants to know, Erik, what is your favorite thing to smoke, and what smoker do you use to do it?
Oh, geez. That kind of can change on what day of the week it is, what month of the year it is, and what I'm in the mood for. But probably my all-time favorite thing to smoke, me personally, would probably be just pork ribs. Baby back ribs, hanging them on my pit barrel cooker. I've done them sous vide. I've done them every which way. I just love a good smoked rib. There's nothing like it. If you ask my wife, her favorite thing I make is the smoked salmon. My son Kyle, he likes my sous vide egg bites and beef jerky. You know, I also like sous vide prime rib, smoked prime rib, or even just a good steak. A good steak, whether it's dry aged, whether it's just a regular steak from a high-end butcher. You know what? You smoke it for a couple hours, cold smoke it, you sous vide it, you finish it off on a hot grill. I mean, hey, it's like perfection. So, and it's not that difficult. Anyone can do it if they just, you know, if they have the equipment and they're willing to spend the time. So that's another thing I'm trying to share with people on my channel is, you know, you don't have to be like the gourmet chef Emerald with, like, you know, all this stuff and all this equipment. You can, you know, you have a inexpensive sous vide machine, you have a kettle grill. You could make some really killer stuff that your friends and family will just be like, oh my God, this is better than any restaurant I've been in. And it's not that hard, really.
No. So, this next question, it may be a loaded question, because it comes from Darren at Firewater Cooking.
Oh, jeez.
He wants to know, why did you start sous vide and barbecue?
You know what? That's I started my channel, and it was strictly my smoker, and I did a couple slow cooker recipes, you know, crock pot, a couple casserole recipes. And I was kind of running out of ideas, and I was kind of like, you know, how am I going to kick it up to the next level? And then I discovered sous vide. I don't even know how I discovered it. I think I saw some YouTube videos or some recipes. And I remember I approached my wife, and my very first sous vide I got is a Vac Master. And it's kind of a higher end, one of the initial high-end sous vide machine. It cost $300 back then. It was $299. And I bought the container. It was like another $50. I'm telling her, I'm like, oh man, I got to get this new thing called sous vide. And she's like kind of rolling her eyes. I'm like, no, just watch a couple of these videos. And she watched it. And she said, yeah, you know what? Okay. And I'm like, you know what? That's the hardest thing for any good chef or cook when you're cooking red meat. You know, whether it's prime rib or tri-tip or a steak over open fire or coals, is you never want to overcook it. You want it that perfect medium rare to medium. You want the red inside. You want it nice and juicy. And you know what? It's really hard to do if you're a novice and you're kind of fumbling around and you put it on and the fire's too hot or you get it burnt. And sous vide kind of takes the guesswork out of it. Even you know, anyone could just seal it in a bag or even put it in a freezer bag, drop it in, set the time, and just finish it for a couple minutes on top of a hot, you know, grill and have superior results. So once I realized that, I got my sous vide machine and then realized, you know what, to even kick it up the next level is to add the SmokeyGoodness. And, you know, Darren knows that's a big debate. Do you smoke before? Do you smoke after? There's not really a right answer. It depends on what you're cooking and what you're trying to accomplish. I've smoked both before and after, and sometimes both. So it just really depends what you're trying to accomplish. But, yeah, it seems like the perfect combination for someone that doesn't want to necessarily be the complete expert. They can still have a sous vide machine and just finish it off on a grill, or maybe before, add a few hours of smoke before or after, and come out with a superior product. And I think sous vide is finally beginning to catch on. It's definitely gotten more popular in the last year or so, but I'm surprised it's not more popular than it really is, to be honest with you.
It's funny that you said that, because one of Darren's other questions was, Do you smoke before or after sex? Oops, I mean sous vide. So you pretty much covered that one there too. So I just thought that was.
Did you see Dan jump on the SmokeyGoodness part?
Yeah,
SmokeyGoodness. Dan's like, "Yep, I'm here." Present.
All right. What's for dinner wants to know, Erik, with your career, family, daily life, editing. When do you sleep, or do you sleep at all?
Oh, no, I definitely sleep. You know, to be honest with you, I have a pretty laid back life. I'm very fortunate. I count my blessings every day. As far as compared to other people who really work their butts off, I have a pretty easy gig. I go to a job where I'm appreciative, where I can do it well, where I can make decent money. I don't have to work insanely crazy long hours. I can come home and spend time with the family. My hobby is barbecuing, smoking, and putting videos together. And the only pressure I've been experiencing lately is it's like weird because it's just come on lately. And it's not like the amount of money I'm making. I'm making like $150 a month or something from my YouTube channel. But it's like if I go like 7-10 days without releasing a new video, I get almost in like a panic mode. I'm like, oh, I gotta do something, You know, and sometimes I'm just busy, I'm doing other things, and then I realize, oh my God, I haven't done this in a while. I gotta do this just to kind of get myself back to my state where I'm relaxed and mellow and I understand what's going on. And it's almost like in a weird way a therapy for me to do these videos. It's just, I don't know. And then when I go to bed at night and I haven't even edited the video. I just looked at a couple clips of the raw footage and I've tasted it. I'm like, oh my God, this is delicious. And I've taken clips of my son and my wife tasting it. I'm like, okay, I got the footage. I got a video. And I go to bed. I sleep like a baby. I don't know what it is.
There is such a thing, though, as barbecue therapy. I'm telling you that. There's something about smelling that wood, smelling the meat. It just, I think it lowers the guy's blood pressure like 40 points.
No, I completely agree with you. I got high blood pressure. I take one pill every morning. And yeah, something about, and even like it's even more so a couple times where I'm like, okay, I'm not going to do a video this time because I've already done this like 3 or 4 different versions. So I'm just going to do this. Maybe my mom's coming over to spend the night. And I'm just like, oh yeah, I got this pork butt in the freezer or whatever. And just going out and lighting up the grill or the pit barrel and just doing it. And yeah, you get this weird satisfaction, enjoyment, excitement. Every cook is different and every cook requires more different management of how things are going depending on how things are going. And when you get to the point where you trust your skills as a barbecue smoker, whatever, cook, chef, whatever you want to call yourself, and you get to that point where you're just that there are other people that love you that are dependent on you doing a good job and you're just nailing it every time because it's become second nature. There's something immensely satisfying about that. It's hard to explain.
Yeah, it is for sure.
I'm surprised no one jumped on that in the chat, nailing it every time and being so satisfied.
Yeah, well, it's coming. Just wait. Oh God, T-Roy, Hobo. Jeez, come on, guys.
Hey, let me just say to T-Roy, always been a big fan. So happy to see you're here actually watching me being interviewed on the hot seat. You're one of my barbecue icons. One of the persons I watched in the beginning that gave me the motivation to start my channel. So cheers.
Troy, he's busting my balls a little bit in the chat, but that's all right. He's Chef Johnny tells me he's a good dude, so I'll trust Chef this one time. So, all right. Kris at Bottle Cap Barbecue. What is your favorite out of the box recipe? Outside the box recipe.
Outside the box. Oh. Yeah, the outside the box is throwing me off. Probably something that I do that's different, like my sous vide egg bites or something like that. Because, you know, everybody's tried every single recipe ever. I guess it's just a matter of putting your personal spin and personality on what it is you're cooking. Yeah, out of the box. I'm not real sure what I like doing all different kinds of stuff. I like doing the same thing over and over, different techniques to try to improve on it and try to make the best recipe possible. But I don't know necessarily I have something that's like so unique and special that no one's ever tried it before, because it seems like in today's day and age, everyone's tried everything. But yeah, you know, like the sous vide egg bites, that's one of my son's favorite things because you can mix whatever you want in there, mushrooms or onions or green peppers, and the eggs become so fluffy. And it's a good thing for him to eat in the morning before he goes to school, as preferred to like a Pop-Tart or, you know, a frozen pancake, one of these things that most kids eat. So I enjoy that he kind of can help me. We can get the ingredients together and we can make them together and then cook them and then put them in the fridge and then like microwave them the next day and he's happy to eat them, kind of stuff like that. That's a little out of the box because most people don't do that at home, I guess.
The egg bites, that I wish I could get my kids to eat eggs. I don't understand how my youngest is not my son. He won't eat eggs. He refuses. Now, if you tell him it's quiche and he had it at the babysitter's when he was little, oh, he loved that. Yeah. He won't eat eggs. Go figure that one out. So, all right. Keith Bettag wants to know, what is your favorite thing to make that's not on a smoker?
Oh, well, then it would probably be something, I guess, if it's not in a barbecue or smoker, it'd probably be something in a slow cooker. So maybe my chili. I make a mean chili. Last video I did was, well, not my very last video, but my last chili video was a tri-tip, smoked tri-tip chili video. But my original chili video, I think I made around 2 years ago, is still one of my best-selling videos, and it's got a wide variety of ingredients, including a big bottle of Guinness beer. But yeah, I mean, if I'm going to talk without smoking or outside, yeah, something in my slow cooker, whether it's a homemade soup. I love getting those leftover ham bones. You can make delicious split pea soup or ham bone soup. Man, that's worth getting a ham just by itself, that you can get that delicious bone with a little bit of that ham pork meat on there still. Put it in a slow cooker, add some vegetables, some flavoring, some spices, make a delicious soup. So yeah, probably either a stew, a beef stew, or some kind of chili in the slow cooker, I would say, if it's not in the smoker.
All right. I think Judy Ann's in here, just ate and wants to know, do you put beans in your chili?
Oh, yeah. Always put beans in my chili. Not necessarily because I'm a bean lover. It's my wife. She likes the beans. So she wants me to get the kidney beans, the dark kidney beans. She wants me to get the chili beans and then the white beans. I don't even know what they are, but
navy beans.
Get 3 cans of beans to put in every batch of chili. But luckily, I got this huge slow cooker. I think it's like an 8 or 10 quart. So, okay, get the 3 beans.
I'm waiting for the chili comments to come up in the chat now. So I know Chef's in here, so I'm waiting for him to say that's not chili, it's chili with beans.
It's chili with beans. Come on.
Yeah, you know what? It's the general flavor. You know, you don't have to put the beans in. I understand if you don't like beans, it gets too gassy, whatever. But to me, chili has beans in it. You know, I've eaten chilies. You know, if you're going to eat it on a dog or a burger, yeah, I understand you don't want beans in it. But if you're just going to eat it in a bowl, then it needs to have beans in it. That's just my opinion.
T-Roy says he likes chili with black beans. So there you go.
Hey, I just noticed a new channel in there that I hadn't seen in the hot seat before. West Coast Cajun Cuisine. I've seen the channel float around a bit, but I haven't seen them actually on the hot seat chat. So welcome.
Oh, cool. That's awesome.
It's always great to see new people joining in. So welcome.
Yep. Oh God, Hobo, stop. Hobo says he likes chili with green beans.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Probably the French style too. But anyway, all right. Jared from Frack Daddy Barbecue wants to know, for smoking, what is your go-to wood, Eric?
My go-to wood is a mixture 50-50 apple and hickory. In my experience, apple by itself is great for stuff like fish or shrimp or something very light and delicate. Hickory is a little bit stronger, so you can't use that just exclusively for shrimp or, fish. But you mix the two 50-50, and now you got the perfect blend. Anything from fish, from shrimp, from chicken, ribs, brisket. I don't care what it is you're cooking or smoking. If you got the 50-50 blend of hickory and apple, or you can substitute the apple with peach, one of those fruit woods with the hickory, a blend, you're in good shape.
You ever tried pecan wood, Eric?
You know what? I haven't really. I haven't tried it much just because it's not readily available here. I'd have to probably either order it online or go maybe travel somewhere to a special barbecue store. Yeah, we have the fruit woods. We have hickory. We don't have a lot of options out here in Southern California.
Walmart online, you can get the bags of the chunks of the pecan. It's
I've gotten pecan wood chips, but I haven't been able to find the chunks.
So
yeah, we go to like Home Depot to look. So
what do you use pecan for? Is it for everything, or is it?
I use pecan quite a bit, actually. I will, on my pork, I will mix it with apple and hickory. I use pecan and cherry on beef, or mesquite, depending on the crowd.
Yeah, I haven't been a real fan of mesquite. I remember when I first got my smoker, I always had this thing in my mind that, ooh, mesquite. I just heard that name. It sounded like such a delicious flavor. And I bought some mesquite wood chips. I don't even know what I cooked. I don't know if it was chicken or fish or whatever. I didn't like it. It was way too sweet. It's like the wood was too sweet. Wasn't smoky enough for me. So I haven't really explored mesquite, but maybe I just had a bad experience. I'm not sure.
The nice thing about pecan, it's more of a subtle smoke. So you can throw a little more at it than you can with like a hickory or a mesquite, where you can over smoke, and almost get that bitter taste.
Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why I really like apple, because apple seems similar in that you could like over smoke something with apple and you're never going to get to the point where it's like, oh my God, this is really good, but it's just too smoky. Apple just doesn't seem to be that intense. So it just, even if you overdo it, it seems to add just the right amount of smoke flavor.
Yep. So, all right. You want me to keep going, CJ? I got 3 more, but I owe Hobo a shot for $20.
I appreciate you. So cheers, Hobo.
Hey, Hobo. Cheers. Thank you for watching.
Hope you don't choke on that water, CJ.
Hey, there's some lemon in it too with seeds, so I've almost choked on the seeds. So.
Oh, hey, I got something that's going to make your gallbladder feel much better.
What's that?
Just what the doctor ordered just for you.
Oh, snap. Do we know if Leprechaun got his in the mail yet?
I have not talked to Jay yet. I plan on calling him tomorrow to see if he got his. So, yes, I am doing the Coco Loco challenge because some jackass challenged me on it.
Hey, you're the one that said you can handle the heat, baby. So
I can handle the heat. We just gotta get everything set up. It's not gonna be a problem.
All right. Well, let's we talked about it when we were doing mine. I think it'd be great to have you and Leprechaun actually on even my channel so we can get the super chats so we can keep raising money for prostate cancer.
Yeah, I agree.
my thing raised about $200, give or take. So I'm hoping we can, bring that up to 400 or 500 with you guys, and we'll just do one big donation, on behalf of the hot seat or something like that. So,
yeah, that'd be cool. That'd be awesome. So yeah,
if you're in there, let's get this scheduled up, buddy.
Yeah, I got notified it got delivered today, and I get home and it's sitting out here in the man cave just waiting for me. So after the
hot seat barbecue or hot challenge, yeah, I like that.
No, we're not doing it in an after show. If we're gonna do it, we're gonna do
before.
it.
All right, sounds good.
So I can show everybody what of a JJ my boss is because he couldn't handle it. So
I handled it. I drank it. Or I ate it. I felt like hell afterwards.
Yeah.
The pain in the mouth, it kind of gets numb. It kind of like, oh my God, this sucks. That goes away. It's like, all right, you get some ice cream, you get a little milk, you're fine. The gut pain that I had, the absolute fire just burning in there. I was doubled over in pain. Like I had never experienced that before.
You know why that is? You know why that is?
Why?
You dumbass, you're lactose intolerant.
I am not lactose intolerant.
Milk
I love lactose. I tolerate lactose like crazy. But
milk and ice cream is for pussies. I'm telling you that.
Just throwing that out. Knock yourself out, brother. You're a much better man than me. But
you better shut up. I'll just pop the damn thing in my mouth right now.
Dude, don't threaten me with a good time. No booger. I did not shart. Hobo's asking if should be taking bowl shots. You said no.
Because you said I would have, but you said you're doing double next week.
I'm doing doubles next week as long as my gut is okay.
Oh no, we are not. Oh, Tom. I got to watch my ice cream comments since I do live in the ice cream capital of the world. Thanks for reminding me, Tom.
All right. You said you have a couple more.
I have 3 more.
All right. Let's go ahead and jump back to me for a little bit. James from Aiming and Claiming, you need to add super shots, especially since you're sponsored by Tito or Tito's Vodka. So,
whoa! Wait a minute.
Let me finish.
He has to come up with a different name. That's trademark.
Don't take our hashtag super shots, because if you use hashtag super shots, we get royalty. Yeah, someone drove a Harley by. We get the royalties on super shots, and don't put the hot seat lawyers on you. It's a big deal. More fucking caveats. That's funny. So I'm gonna go ahead and take it over for a little bit, Kit, and then we'll go back to your questions because I got my fun questions coming up. What's the funniest thing that has happened to you while filming that we haven't seen in the final edits?
The funniest thing?
Yeah, any bloopers in there?
No, you know what? If it was funny, I would have kept it in the video. Usually it's depressing.
That's awesome.
So it doesn't make it to the final video. No, you know what? Most of my videos, 99% of them make it to video. I might selective edit them. But, there's been a couple videos I made. One was a smoked duck. I was like, oh, I got to make a smoked duck. I got this duck. I bought it on sale at Aldi Market. Didn't know what I was doing. I cooked at a kettle grill. It's like it was my first cook on my kettle grill, and I overdid it. I had too much charcoal on both sides, and I just burnt this bird to a crisp. And I filmed the video, and I was all optimistic, and I'm like, nah, I can't put this video out. So you know what? There's been a couple videos where I'm like, you know what? Trial and error. You know what? I'm not going to put out a crappy video and then tell people, oh yeah, this is the best thing I ever tried. Because God forbid they actually take me at my word and go try it and have the same experience. So I'm not going to release something unless it's really up to par. So yeah, although I have done a couple videos. One was that duck. I think there was something else. I can't remember off the top of my head. There was something else I made that was just like a disaster. And I can't remember what it was. But yeah, if it's a disaster, I might attempt it a second time, but I certainly won't put a video out and pretend it's good when it wasn't. It's not me.
I like it. That's probably one of the better answers, though. Like if there was something funny, it would have been in the video. So I like that for sure. I see if you do a grill, you're late, you missed a lot. Catch up on the replay. Usually about an hour into it, I stop and just kind of take a minute and see if you're hanging strong, okay. If you need a break, anything going on, you good to go? You want to keep going?
You talking to me?
Yeah.
No, I'm fine. I'm having a good time. I'm more concerned about you. I'm sorry to hear you're kind of going through some issues right now, and I'm praying everything will go right with your surgery tomorrow.
I appreciate that, brother. I'm struggling a bit, but it is what it is. I'm gonna power through it. This is what I look forward to most weeks too, just like everybody else. So I got my water, taking a breath every time I go to Kent. I'm just trying to breathe through the pain a little bit, and then we'll just power through. No big deal. So you see Hobo's thing? Hobo's comment. The chat is getting blurry.
Say, what you're doing tonight, it's like we said when we played ball back in the day, just rub some dirt on it and get back in the game.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So
I got to say one thing.
What's that?
I know you didn't want me to look at the comments, but I'm looking at the comments. My mom said a comment. The funny thing was a small ant. I had this one video. I think it was like some kind of smoked pork tenderloin. I don't even remember. It was a couple years ago. But I did this nice video, and it was delicious. Whatever. I smoked it. I don't even remember what I smoked it on, whatever. It was at the very end of the video, and I sliced it. And I kind of do I like to get like the extreme close-up. I zoom in the camera, I put it on a tripod, and I slice it, and I kind of hold up the piece, and I go, oh, yeah, look how juicy, and, this and that. So I did this video, and, of course, when you're doing the video and you're looking at, like, a little 2.5-inch by 1-inch screen, you're like, oh, yeah, that looks good or whatever. And then you upload it to the computer, and you try to edit it. And I did this video, and I put it all together, and I uploaded it to YouTube, and then I watched it the next day. And the weirdest thing was I had the cutting board out in my kitchen, and I'm slicing this pork tenderloin, and often like the top left corner, there's just like this ant, one singular ant on the cutting board that's kind of walking across. And I was like terrified when I watched the video. I'm like, what the hell? I didn't even experience or see it when it was in real time. But when I'm watching the video at like 2 days later, after I've already uploaded it, I'm like, oh my God. So I had to that was my only video I had to delete and re-edit to get the ant out of the video. And it was the weirdest thing too. I understand if I had a kitchen that was we had an ant problem or no, we don't have any issue. It was just when I looked at it and then when I zoomed in, there's one singular ant walking across the cutting board towards the meat. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't put that out. But anyway, that's Tom for pointing out one of my most embarrassing moments.
Well, that's what moms are for, definitely. I see we got Kris the Butcher is in the house. I know it's pretty early for you, brother. Welcome. We're still trying to work out a day we can get Kris the Butcher on. We'll probably end up doing kind of a Saturday or a Sunday hot seat for that. Helga's Pennsylvania Cooking. Welcome, Helga. I know you've been here before, but Miss Booker just told me to give you a shout out. So everybody go visit Miss Helga over there. If Miss Booker tells you to watch something, you watch something. All right? So get back to it. This is my question. This is my favorite question. And this is the play along version of the chat too. It's 3 a.m. in the UK. Whew, screw that. If Hollywood were going to make a movie about you and your channel, who's playing Erik?
Maybe Christian Slater or yeah, it's the only one I can think of off the top of my head.
Christian Slater, I dig it. I dig it. Anybody in the chat, what do you think? I know we got some brainy people in there that can come up with some good ones.
Darren from Firewater Cooking.
Darren. I got you guys confused for the longest time. Stapler guy from Office Space. Oh, yeah.
Oh, come on.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah, people give me that thing, or they call me, what was the kid, the goofy cousin in the Brady Bunch, Oliver or whatever.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Like, oh yeah. When I was younger and I had kind of goofy, bigger, rounder glasses, they're like, oh yeah, my hair was more blonde, and I'd look, they would always say, oh yeah, you look like that goofy Oliver from the Brady Bunch.
Right on, right on. Kris, Hobo Nichol said Mancow Mueller. Is that a wrestler or something? Mancow? Okay, do you know?
Isn't that the radio show guy from New York?
Oh yeah, okay.
I think he has a radio show.
And his brother's a used car dealer in Missouri or something like that.
Yeah. All right, cool. Let's see here. West Coast Cajun, Blevin, if I said that right. Yes, we do that every week. Oh, Chicago version of Howard Stern. Okay, I got it. Yeah, Blevin, we do this every week, and there's even times where we do it twice a week. So I try not to do that too often because Kent gets bitchy that I make him work more than one day a week.
No, Kent gets bitchy when we do 3 nights a week and 2 of them go well past midnight my time.
All right.
I'm not saying any names, but it rhymes with T-Roy and Justin for one. God, that went
like good one. It was
awesome.
Hours.
It was
4
awesome.
hours.
It was late, but it was awesome.
Hey, well, Kent, if I ever make it to Indiana or Iowa to visit the Indian plant, I can almost speak. Yeah, we'll get together. You'll be up past midnight, believe me.
Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Just not on, like we like to call it around here, not on a school night.
School night.
Yeah, school night. Yeah, I know that saying.
Or just give me the heads up and say, 4 weeks of vacation. I'll take a day off. I don't care.
There you go.
Let's see here. T-Roy said very long night, but for sure, but it was fun. Definitely.
Oh, yeah.
That was great. Awesome. Hobo put the longest hashtag I've ever seen. If you could decipher it, go ahead. All right. Couple more questions. Then we'll go back to Kent. Kind of like a 2-part question. What's kept you on the grind doing this? And I know you got a good work-life balance, but it's still a bit of a grind with the editing and all that jazz. And then what's the end result for you? Where are you hoping to take this?
Yeah, you know what? That's the deep question. And you know what? I'm not looking to become the next YouTube sensation. I'm not looking to become the next expert in barbecue or smoking or sous vide cooking. You know what? I just like to share what I do as a normal guy. And I'm hoping that's what's going to relate with other people. And you know what? The only motivation behind this, like I mentioned earlier, is to have that video evidence that will always be there on video, upload it to the cloud for my family, my kids, just who I am as a person, what I enjoy to do. It's not all serious. It's just fun. It's you know what? And one thing I love is just eating and taste and food and smoking and the experience, and just sitting there outside and having the lid on the grill, whether it's a pit barrel or the kettle or a smoky mountain, and that smoke is coming up and the wind blows, you catch that whiff and you open the lid and you see that perfectly caramelized rib hanging there, or a pork butt or a chicken. You know what? And you're sharing that with your friends and family. That's what it's all about. You know what? I'm not looking for some, pie in the sky thing. Oh yeah, I'm going to be like the next superstar. I'm just doing it for fun, and I want to share that fun personal experience with people. I'm not looking to do anything other than that. And hey, you know what? I'm still relatively young. I'm in my early 50s, but maybe 10, 15 years from now when I finally retire, if I can make several $100s a month making videos that I can share with other people based on my knowledge up to this point, and they can kind of enjoy watching me and my interaction with my family, you know what more can you ask for? That's like the perfect situation. I just hope YouTube and what we do as creators is going to be around for the long haul, because technology is changing so fast and things are moving. And you know what? Look at MySpace, AOL, MySpace. Everyone had AOL in the beginning, and then MySpace was like the only way people could connect. And now it's kind of Facebook and Instagram and YouTube. And we really don't know what the future is going to bring. But you know what? I still have the videos on file. They're on my hard drive. They're uploaded to the cloud. And I like the fact that I'm like having some kind of video record of who I am, what I enjoy to do, my interactions with my family. That's what's more important than anything else. And if some other people can watch it and say, hey, I tried your recipe. I loved it. I love the way your interaction is with your son, your kids, your wife. That makes it all worthwhile. And if I can make a couple $100 a month, hey, I'm a happy guy.
I love it. I see that Darren from Firewater Cooking. My goal, total world domination. See that? There's an honest man right there. He knows what he wants in life. Oh, that's beautiful. And I dig what you're saying for sure, man. I think all of us hope that YouTube don't go away, but it is pretty cool that we can do this. And I know T-Roy in the past has talked about he's doing it for his son. That's why he got started. My son too. I think about it too. I want him to, be able to make something other than, box ramen and freaking Easy Mac. So I think it's a good thing you're doing, and I love that you're talking about leaving a legacy with it, and that means a lot. It resonates with me a lot, and I'm no kid too. So I saw Meatheads in the house, Meat Cranium BBQ and Review. Y'all tune in this weekend to Smoking and Grilling with AB for the Battle of the Kitchens. Meatheads going against Kevin Lockett. Is that right? Kevin Lockett. And they're doing tacos, I believe. So make sure y'all turn in there. Let's see here. And then I saw Bill from Chicken Fried Barbecue. Bill, say something, dude, so you can see it, so they can see you.
Something, dude, so you can see it. I think Bill's driving yet.
It's funny. I got my flag this week too from Chicken Fried Barbecue, and since my son's, he's going to college next year, we're looking at his room as a studio, because right now I'm in our dining room basically, and I would love to be able to set up a desk and be able to do this, in some relative, not out in the open. And I was thinking, well, his thing could go right there. This could go there. All the booze can go right here. Go ahead, buddy.
I got an idea for you.
What's that, man?
One wall, paint it gray with grout lines in it, and hang a big black sheet in front of it and turn off all the lights.
So it looks like the dungeon?
Yes. The Hobo Dungeon.
I miss Hobo doing the hot seats from the dungeon. It was just the right amount of creepy.
Well, just the one light and the big chrome cock right in front of them, or microphone, whatever you want to call it.
Nice. Meathead says he makes enough to cover the food, the food he makes. I think that's a lot of the people's goal in this, Eric, is just to make enough to pay for the groceries to cook on.
Hey, if you can make enough money to pay for the awesome meal that people are just looking at and drooling, hey, that's a good deal too. Trust me.
Yeah, for sure. Shane said, I'm going to make a she shed. She shed.
She shed.
She shed. It's covered by State Farm. I need a bigger she shed. All right. Kent, go ahead and ask a couple questions. Send it back to me, please.
All right. I got 3 left for you here, Eric. First one is from Pickles Barbecue. Wants to know, what's your favorite sandwich?
My favorite sandwich? An official Chicago-style Italian beef sandwich with sweet peppers.
All right, I'm done. I'm done. I'm drooling over here after he said that.
I didn't know what your reaction was there. I didn't know whether you were happy or disappointed.
Oh God. I'm going. I'll actually hopefully be meeting up with Mike from Everyday Barbecue in July, and I'm hoping to get just the biggest. Oh,
yeah. The thing is, if you go to Chicago suburbs, there's so many little mom and pop joints that sell the Italian beef sandwiches. I know Portillo's. They're the big boys. They're like the franchisees, and they put out a decent sandwich. But you know what? Go to Al's Beef, go to these other independent mom and pop places, Luke's, that make 2, 3 locations, maybe only one location, but man, they nail that one sandwich. And I miss that. I mean, I crave that. Luckily they opened a Portillo's in Buena Park. It's around 20 minutes away. It's right next to Fullerton. CJ will know. But yeah, I get my Chicago Italian beef fix when I really am jonesing. I make the 20-minute car ride up there, get a sandwich and the Chicago dog. I'm a happy camper for the next few weeks.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely. All right. Good Eats with Noob. When you're doing a new recipe, before you even try record or anything, do you do a practice run?
No, I've never done a practice run. I've always just got my ingredients and I just filmed. There's been a couple videos, like I mentioned earlier, that it's never made it to my channel. That was my smoked duck video that I burnt to a crisp. It was horrible. And there was one other one, and I can't remember what it is off the top of my head. But yeah, I've been lucky. Every video that I've set out, my latest video that's going to be dropping on Saturday was Sous-Vide pork belly. I've never tried it before. I put it together. I made it, and then, I mean, it came out, it's so satisfying and exciting when you actually make a video.
Don't give out the spoiler alert.
You get to the end and you actually try it and you're on camera with your family. You're like, oh my God, they all look at you and you like look at each other and you have that acknowledgement in your eyes. Like, you hit it, dude. You hit this one out of the park. That's always a nice feeling. And you know what? It seems more often than not I do that. I mean, not all the time. There's been some times where it's like, it's good, but it's not that good. But, most of the time I feel confident when I put out a video and I've done something that's really been good. So I hope people try some of the recipes for themselves because, you know what? It really isn't that difficult to cook good stuff. You just have to have kind of a basic knowledge and be able to improvise on your feet and kind of learn the basics. And once you got that under your, once you got that understood, you can make a good product. So that's kind of what I'm trying to share with people.
Yeah. I'm not going to lie. I have done a couple practice runs, but that was for something different, not for YouTube. So this little thing Meathead and Babe and I are still involved in. I've done a couple practice runs on that, but let's see. Where did it go? I had a question for you. Erik, have you tried Jim's Original from Chicago, and what's your take on it?
Jim's Original. I'm not familiar with that. Is that like a Italian beef place?
Don't know.
No, I haven't heard of that. And to be honest, I grew up in Chicago area, but I haven't been there since the late 80s, so I'm not in tune with what the maybe recent trends or things are going. I love my Chicago deep dish pizza. I love my Chicago hot dogs. I love my Chicago Italian beef. I love downtown Chicago. I don't know, even though the city is just like one of my favorite cities because, I live in LA and you go downtown LA and you know what? LA is the second biggest city in our country next to New York. But when you're downtown LA, there's not much going on. You got 2 or 3 skyscrapers and everything's spread out so much. Santa Monica, you got to go over here. You got to go to the Valley. you don't got that city feel. You go to Chicago, it's all right there in Lake Michigan. Everything's kind of condensed. You get this, you know, walking down State Street and seeing the skyscrapers and just being on the lake shore. It's a different feeling, that city to me. So I always have a place in my heart for Chicago because it's one of my favorite places. Then don't get me wrong, there's a lot of things about it that are totally screwed up. I'll be the first one to admit it, particularly the politics and all the stuff that's going on, how corrupt the city really is and has been for decades. But the city itself, the people there are down to earth. They're Midwesterners. They love each other. They're willing to help each other. You know, I don't get that feeling out here in Orange County. It's a different feel. And if you've never experienced that, you don't know what I'm talking about. But trust me when I say that the people from the Midwest are different than the people out here in Southern California.
Oh, yeah. Look at me and CJ. I'm quiet, polite, and he's an aspect.
Clearly.
Hey, it's not your turn to talk. I'll tell you when it's your turn to talk, mister.
I think it's about time for me to retire and just let you take this over. You got Mr. Big Pants over here.
Can't be doing that now. You retire, you're going to take my 401k with you. I know that.
I'm going to spend it.
All right. Ooh.
Did we even get paid for that? Or are you just giving it away for free?
I gave that one away.
What are you taking shots of? Is that Crown?
Yeah, he's taking crap with us.
Yeah.
All right. Smoking Joe's Pit Barbecue wants to know, what do you think about the thumbs down on a video? And if someone leaves a thumbs down, do you wish you could see who it was?
Yeah, in a weird way, I probably wish who it was. But you know what? The older I get, the more I realize it doesn't even matter. I've had a couple really close friends that I really love and I still care about that we've parted ways. You know, they've unfriended me on social media. They've blocked me. I can't see their posts. Otherwise, I go through my wife's account or something. And you know what? Whatever. You know, I'm pretty a mellow guy. I'm not going to prejudge anyone. But you know what? I'm not afraid either to voice my opinion. And I'm sorry if my opinion goes against what you believe. But you know what? That's what life is about. We should be able to have a conversation and say, you know what? I don't believe this and I believe this. And why do you believe this? And it seems today everything's gotten so partisan and so political that people can attack each other and label entire groups of people based on one specific belief that they're somehow evil or bad. Whatever. Life's too short. I'm not going to waste my time on that. Because you know what? I know in the end, good will prevail. And, you know, if you're going to focus on that, it's not worth my time. You know what? I'm just going to be who I am and love me or hate me. And you know what? We don't have to agree on everything. I love to have friends. I've had a couple of friends that are completely on the opposite end of my political beliefs. And you know what? But we'll have a conversation. And we can still respect each other. And I feel like that's kind of lost today. I feel bad because I have a couple of really close friends that recently, within the last 6 months, that have totally gone off the deep end, unfriended me, deleted me. Oh, my God, you know, you said this, or you believe this, or you believe that, and lump me in some group. It's like, just ask me who I am and what I believe. Don't put me in this group because I somehow have a different opinion. Because you know what? You don't know where I'm coming from. I don't know where you're coming from, but maybe we can have a conversation and try to understand each other better. So whatever. I wish the country would be more like that. And, you know, the only time we're more like that is when something bad happens. You know, there's some kind of terrorist attack or some kind of, then we all come together as Americans. Yes. But in the interim, it's just all infighting over, well, my guy's better than you. And I don't know. I get so sick of it.
You know, I can agree with that. You know, like I said, look at me and CJ. You know, I'm a conservative from the Midwest. He's a Prius driving liberal from California.
That's
so
it. That's it. Look, see this?
No.
I do not drive a Prius.
You got to get the rotating in there, buddy.
Yeah,
Yeah. You need a heavy pen to do it.
so.
All right, I'm done. That's what I got for tonight.
All right, cool. Guys, we're coming up almost 2 hours, so if you have any quick questions left, go and ask them. We're going to do a lightning round of our lifetime questions. So the answers, maybe speed them up a little bit. You know, I told you to keep going. We're running a long time, and I'm freaking dying. So Kristy's Cooking Channel, what's the best thing you've ever made and worst thing you've ever made? And it doesn't have to be filmed, just lifetime.
Best thing I've ever made? Oh, that's a hard one, because I seem like every day I make a new best thing I've ever made. At least that's what I'm striving for. But you know, hey, best thing, my wife would probably say my smoked salmon. My son would say my sous-vide egg bites or beef jerky. I might say my smoked pork ribs or smoked carnitas. It all depends what you're in the mood for, what you have a taste for, and what you're willing to put a little time and effort into making the best, best that it's been, or the best you've ever made it to be. And it's not that hard, really. You just got to give it a little bit of time and consideration. And yeah, you know, when you hit it,
the worst thing you've ever made.
Family will try it and they'll be like, "Oh my god!"
Right on. Well, what's the worst thing you ever made?
Yeah, probably that smoked duck I burnt the hell out of.
All right, there you go. All right. Since I saw Meatheads in the channel, let's ask his question. Who would be on your personal Mount Rushmore? Just 4 people you love and admire.
I'm going to go a different route. I'm going to go more of a artistic route. I'd probably say like Leonardo da Vinci, because he was such a innovative thinker, scientific, artistic. Maybe Thomas Edison, Henry Ford, people like that were able to think outside the box and create something out of nothing. I mean, I really appreciate that. That's part of the capitalistic system we have in the United States that seems to be somewhat under attack now. That if you're willing to try something and to be successful and employ people and make a product or service that someone actually wants to buy because you're creative and thinking out of the box, that that's somehow a crime because you're making money. I don't know. I don't get it. But yeah, that would be my Leonardo da Vinci, Thomas Edison, Henry Ford. Yeah, maybe my wife.
Right there, exactly.
I know. I gotta say that.
The wife.
So yeah, I'm all about creativity, artistic people that are thinking outside the box and being a little more, being ahead of their time. I love to see people that are so ahead of their time that like you can see how creative they are, and maybe they're not received as well. And you almost look back and think, man, if they just would have come about 10 years later, they would have been like a superstar. But they were ahead of their time, you know. And those are the people that change things and change life for the better.
Right on, right on. All right. So next question. 3 channels you watch on YouTube. 1 big, 1 small, and 1 you think should be bigger.
All right. I knew you were going to ask me this question. So, you know what? Big channels, the ones that really motivated me, like I said earlier, T. Roy Cooks, the utmost respect for him and what he can do. And, you know, that again, you take him at his word and you take his word more seriously than some professional chefs just because you can relate to him on a personal level. And that's so important. That's why his channel is so successful. How to Barbecue Right with Malcolm Reed. Another guy, one of my first guys I ever watched as far as smoking and barbecuing. Again, just authentic, to the point, not trying to bullshit you. and it comes through when you see those videos. Smoky Ribs with Russ Jones, another great guy. You know, if we're going to talk about the sous vide aspect, sous vide everything, they're kind of the king of that aspect. But those are my channels that I really admire and maybe aspire to. As far as channels that I think should be doing better than they should would be, of course, Fire and Water Cooking, Darren. Always had a good relationship with him, and me and him share that same common belief that mixing sous vide cooking with barbecue cooking is like the best of both worlds. Not necessarily you have to combine those two in every single cook, but when you can, and sometimes it makes things easier, it's a much better end product. I like Bottle Cap Barbecue with Kris. I can't believe his channel hasn't exploded. He's done some competitions. He's like, I think he's in a couple hundreds of subscribers. I can't believe it. 1984 Barbecue, John, another guy I really like. Cooking with James. I mean, there's a lot of these small channels that I really like that just for whatever reason, they haven't taken off. I don't know why, but my only advice would be continue to do what you love. Continue to share and be just who you are. And you know what? It'll pay off in the end. It might take a year or two, but you'll catch on fire eventually.
Right on, brother. That's quite a list you got there for sure. I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up. We got, like I said, we're running on a couple hours. I'm feeling like it's time. I've played through the pain long enough. I know you switched from beer to bullet bourbon, so I'm sure that'll make Hobo and Josh proud. You got any more questions over there? Any there you go.
No, I do not.
All right, cool.
So, Erik, hey, great job tonight, man.
Well, there you go, man. Kent, if I'm ever in Iowa, I'm definitely gonna stop by and see you for sure.
Oh, do that. That would be awesome.
Right on. All right. So what, let me ask one last question, Erik. And it's the one I always end with. Who would you like to see on the hot seat?
Oh, now that question caught me off guard because I'm not sure all the people that you've interviewed on the hot seat. I think you've interviewed just about everyone that I watch and I like. So I'm not sure. I don't have an honest answer for you because, yeah, everyone I think I've talked. Bottle Cap, 1984, Darren from Fire and Cooking with James. You've all interviewed them, so they've already been on your show. So I don't know. I don't have anyone that I can say is like, oh man, look at this guy or this person. They're the new up and coming star. But you know what? I'm always looking for that person. And I love this community that we started of just like cooks and creators on YouTube here. It's so, it's such a welcoming community. And we don't have this like, normally you have this weird kind of like competitive kind of snark, like, you know, and I'll be nice, but I don't really want to be nice because I don't want them to succeed. It doesn't seem I haven't experienced that yet. Everyone I've met in the YouTube community has been more than supportive, whether there have been super successful people like T-Roy or people that are just on the bottom end that are trying to get established. It just seems like it's a great community of people that really support each other. And I'm so glad to be a part of it, really.
Right on, man. I appreciate it. And I'm sure everybody else does too. I completely agree with the community aspect of it. And I think that's why we all keep it going. Hobo, if Suburban Barbecue wants to come on, I will definitely set it up for him. Smoking Joe's Pit Barbecue says he's the bottom end. Hobo, I love your tag, your hashtag, CJ Don't Die. That's so funny. Meathead, you call me anytime. Let's work out a Saturday or Sunday hot seat for you so we don't have to mess with your work schedule. All right.
Whoa.
Yo.
It's in my contract. I don't fucking do weekends.
We'll figure out a way to pay overtime. All right. So that's it, guys. I've noticed a lot of love in the chat for me and tomorrow, so I really appreciate it. It does, hit me right here. So thank you so much. It's routine, knock on wood, should be in and out. I'll be laid up for a couple of days, and then we'll get back to work, and we'll be doing the same thing next week. So anyway,
look, CJ, I have to interrupt.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm wishing nothing but the best. I didn't know anything about your surgery until tonight. I'm going to have positive thoughts and prayers for you. Successful surgery. I'm wishing you nothing but the best, and I appreciate your commitment to trying to help this YouTube cooking community become closer and better with your hot seat, your show, everything about it. Cheers.
All right, cheers, brother. Thank you so much, man. That means a lot, definitely, for sure. Right there. Thank you so much. Guys, I'm going to put the Hangout link in the chat. Don't jump on until we jump off. Thank you for all the thoughts, prayers, all that stuff. I'll have Melise text Kent, and he can spread the word of what's going on tomorrow. Next week's guest, next Thursday, is our one and only Smoking Joe's Pit BBQ is in the house. So should be a good time. And, hopefully we can do a little raffle for his Veronica pit. So we're hoping he wants to do that for a giveaway. All right, guys. Thank you all for stopping by. We'll see you next week. And have a good one. Take care.